I'm going to talk about the loudest show I ever saw. I worked at the Warfield and the Fillmore in San Francisco during the 90s, and I have lots of posters, ticket stubs, and stories and memories to tell. So, the loudest show I ever saw, was it Slayer? Nope. Ministry? Guar? All plenty loud. But the loudest show I ever saw was Bauhaus. Was it August 17th and 18th, 1998? This was a great show. I was always a fan of Love and Rockets. For don't know, Bauhaus is Love and Rockets and Peter Murphy. Put them together, you get Bauhaus. I grew up in Southern California, listening to K-Rock. So I saw Love and Rockets a lot of times during high school. Moved to San Francisco in 1989. Saw Peter Murphy was not the first show I saw at the Warfield. Public Image Limited is actually the first show I saw at the Warfield. But he was one of right when I moved to San Francisco, I saw Peter Murphy. So always a big fan, and the fact that they were going to get back together and play shows in 1998, the Resurrection Tour, was completely exciting for me. So I get down to work this show, and I'm working the door to start the night. And then I'm going to move to the front of the stage once the show starts. So I'm in the lobby of the show when it's about to start. And actually, let's go transport back in time, because I found the show on YouTube. So let's go check it out. Okay, so like I said, the audio for this show is on YouTube. And I just found it when I decided I was going to do this video. So I'm in the lobby. God, I'm getting goosebumps like the show's about to start. And so this is what's going on. I haven't made it to the front of the stage yet, but this guitar riff is shaking the ground. And then when this kicks in, they open with Double Dare, and the front of the Warfield out of the face out of Market Street is all glass windows, and the windows were just shaking, and the chandeliers were shaking. I thought for sure that the whole place the glass was gonna blow out, and the chandeliers were gonna explode. I was like, holy shit. But I put my earplugs in and ran to the front of the stage and had no idea whether I was gonna come out to broken glass and busted out lobby at the end of the show. God, this was great. But anyway, let's get out of this room so we don't have to yell, and we'll just go over the rest of the show. Okay, so like I said, this show was fantastic. Bauhaus delivered. Peter Murphy is just insane. He just projects this total craziness that seems authentic. Daniel Ash and his exaggerated guitar riffs and moves, and he's like all over it, very animated all over the stage. David J, stoic and mysterious, playing bass, surrounded by the fog machines and whatnot. And then Kevin Haskins playing the drums like to the same riffs, like the same beat as the strobe lights. Just Bauhaus was just fantastic. I used to say this was the best show I ever saw at the Warfield. I was usually probably prisoner of the moment at the time, but it's definitely up there as one of them. I did both nights, but let's go with the set list. Like, they're opening with Double Dare. They go into In the Flat Field, God in an Alcove, In Fear of Fear, Hollow Hills, Terror Couple Kill Colonel. Now, the funny thing about Terror Couple Kill Colonel is this was the same night that Bill Clinton had to come clean, no pun intended there, about, his DNA was on the blue dress, and he addressed the nation and said, I was wrong. So Peter Murphy, during Terror Couple Kill Colonel, instead of in his West German home, he kept saying in the White House home, in the presidential home. Little nod to that, so that was pretty funny. Silent Hedges, The Passion of Lovers, Severance, Boys, The Sanity Assassin, that's a good one. She's in Parties, A Kick in the Eye, Telegram Sam, Ziggy Stardust. And then the encore was Burning from the Inside and Bela Lugosi's Dead. And then the next night, the 18th, the set list was pretty much the same, except of Kick in the Eye, they played Dark Entries, and instead of Burning from the Inside, they played Spirit, which that's a great song, because when I saw Peter Murphy at the Warfield, that was his encore, Spirit. So anyway, this show was the loudest show I ever saw at the Warfield, and one of the greatest, one of the most fun. There was another time at the Warfield where I thought that the whole balcony was going to come down when I was underneath it. That's a different story for a different time. The initials for the band that did that are WSMFP, and I'll tell that story another time. Until then, thanks for listening.